decapitations, a rape on stage, bloody stumps, blood galore. And the Elizabethan audience just loved it. And it mixed in, glimmering amongst the blood, was some profound ideas about the nature of revenge, the blinding, the way in which that impulse tends to blind people, humanity at large. The people came for the blood. They came for the gore. And were not even conscious of the fact that much deeper, profounder aspects of the human condition were being, through smoke and mirrors, planted into their consciousnesses. That was kind of the genius of Shakespeare. And I think George had an aspect of that genius. He raised the genre. He deepened the genre. And he had a gloriously good time doing it. And I personally am vastly grateful that he chose me to play the role that I played in his movie. Many times through the years at conventions, people have asked me, well, what was it like to be directed by George Romero? And I don't know, it's hard to come up with and again, just moments ago, sitting there, I suddenly remembered something. And this is exactly what it was like to be directed by George Romero. Years ago, I was in a cowboy movie, not a movie, a TV show, and I had to ride a horse. And a friend of mine who was a serious horseman said the thing you have to understand about the relationship between the rider and the horse, if you've got a really good horse and a really good horseman, is that you have to do, as a rider, very little. You don't kick the animal, you don't jerk the reins. All you have to do is lean, and the horse knows what to do. And that's what it was like to be directed by George. You could hardly perceive what he was doing, other than a couple of remarkable jewels of insight that he suggested to me in a very casual way. I wasn't really aware of being directed by him. And yet, as I watch the film, his hands are all over my performance. He was a great man, and I was personally greatly blessed by my relationship with him and my work with him. And as all of you, I will miss him.